Congratulations. You are being rescued.
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Reel Hunting, where we hunt for the good reels so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad. Brettman's right over here, and we have a special guest again here with us today, the J-Man, Jason Nike himself, down here with us today for our first episode of Star Wars Saturdays, which is more or less just a theme for the channel, where we're doing Star Wars episodes each and every Saturday for the foreseeable future. So if you're into that, be sure to subscribe, and we'll have plenty of good stuff coming out down the road. But today, we are going to be talking about the Investor Day thing that Disney did a while back. I know we're a little bit late to the party, but we wanted to make this our first episode of Star Wars Saturdays. So we wanted to see what other information would come out too as well post that. And yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So we kind of want to talk about the new series, the new shows they announced for Disney Plus, as well as a new feature film that they announced as well. So you guys jacked about it?
J-Man? Hell yeah. Thanks for having me on again, guys. And I haven't tackled any Star Wars yet on my channel, so I don't know when I'm going to. So thanks for having me on so I can get the Star Wars out of me, let's say.
Hey, absolutely, man. The Force is strong within you, so of course we had to have you on our show.
The Force is strong with me. That is correct.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so I'm excited. I know, we're all excited about all the Star Wars news that came out a while back, and I can't wait to discuss each one today.
Absolutely, man. It's been a long time coming. A lot of stuff has come out over the last couple weeks. Obviously, you know, Mandalorian 2 wrapped up a couple weeks ago, and then you know, before that is when all this stuff kind of came out, and then Mandalorian blew everybody away. Right. But I mean, let's get into this freaking stuff, man. Okay, so first off, we'll talk about briefly. They did announce a 2023 feature-length film called Rogue Squadron. This is going to be directed by Patty Jenkins, the same Patty Jenkins that brought you guys and gals Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984, as well as Monster from 2003. But that's a different point. We'll get into that another day. She's been doing solid. It's Rogue Squadron. It's kind of based off the video games from back in the day, right, about the Rogue Squadron pilots and stuff.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, I thought so too, man. Of course, now that one, what's interesting about the movie here is that it's going to be set after, presumably, this is the rumor mill kind of we've heard about, but it's going to be set after Rise of Skywalker, in the future of the Star Wars, universe.
Okay, so it's a big movie.
Yeah, it's a big movie. I think now, assuming this is accurate, again, I don't think this has actually been confirmed, but this is kind of what the rumors have been churned out based on what they've tweeted us, saying that we're digging into the future and stuff like that. I think that's big. It's a new timeline for us, and I think it's going to be really cool. And Patty Jenkins, she's quoted a couple things here. She said it's going to be an original story, but with great influence on the books and video games, i.e. Rogue Squadron. And she's claimed now it's going to be the greatest fighter pilot movie of all time. So I'm excited about it, man. What are you guys' thoughts on this movie?
Ooh, well, I love the director, Patty Jenkins. I mean, Wonder Woman, it was awesome. Monster was awesome. Just look what she did with Wonder Woman. You're going to get character development. Mm-hmm. You're going to get. I don't have much bad things to say about film. Some people told me that the villain wasn't strong. I had no problem with the villain in it. But this is a very capable director. And I think she also said, if I was rating, she said her dad was a jet fighter or something.
Yeah, she said she's a big fan of
it's going to be drawing on that. It's going to be awesome, man. Like, it's with the space battles and stuff, as long as it's not CGI to death. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to some practical stuff and have them dogfighting and stuff. You know what I mean? Have some classic Star Wars battles in this. And I like that. I like how it's going forward. We're not going back.
I do too.
I like how we're going forward, and I personally like the way Rise of Skywalker ended for what J.J. Abrams had to work with. So I'm glad they're going forward, and who knows what's. I just know this is a very capable director. She's going to cast it well for sure. and I can't wait to see it because I also heard her saying, they're locking that script down, and she's spending a lot of time on things, and she's got a lot of things on her plate. Like she's working on Wonder Woman 3 and trying to lock a script down for that, and all like she's got a lot of different things on her plate now. She's involved in Star Wars. Yeah, I like this. I like this character. Right, she'll be all about character. I guarantee you that. And she's doing Cleopatra with Gal Gadot and I don't know the other person, but Gal Gadot would be playing Cleopatra. I think she's working on that too.
Yeah, you already had me at Gal Gadot, so
yeah. She's I'm excited about it, man. Bert, what do you think? Tell me about your thoughts.
He calls me Bert. What I think about Rogue Squadron, I was a huge fan of the video games. That to me would be a very cool movie because for me with Star Wars, just for my opinion, what I enjoyed the most about Star Wars is the space battles. And that all started with the space battle from Return of the Jedi. Absolutely is the best one in my opinion. Did such a great job with like the TIE fighters and the colors and the effects, like no CGI, so that kind of shows you that they
fucking
need to
brilliant.
Say what?
I said brilliant.
Yeah, freaking brilliant. Yeah, absolutely it is. And so I agree with Jason. Just as the best they can, do not do CGI. Go back to those old classic effects that what made the Return of the Jedi scene very good. And I'm a fan of Patty Jenkins too. She did a great job with Wonder Woman, and I really trust her with the Star Wars. Especially her having like the background with her dad being an autopilot. She understands the feeling of what it's like being a pilot's all about, and we get to dig deep into that. But with a Star Wars element, how could you not be excited about that? I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, I want to say too, J.J. Abrams did the practical space battles really well.
Mm-hmm.
He did,
there was a big shift between George Lucas with the prequels to what J.J. Abrams did.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want to see, something like that.
He freaking amazed me with the stuff he was doing with the ships and stuff. I think there's a lot of good potential here to go to kind of focus on the space stuff. And I don't know what the story's going to be. I'm sure she's going to have something good. As far as I forgot who she said the writer was, but she did mention who the writer was already. I think she did. I think the story's going to be fine, but there's a lot of potential there for some awesome sequences in space and stuff, and I'm excited to see it. And just to see freaking X-wings out there tearing it up. I think it's gonna be cool.
And also, it's a world we haven't seen yet that hasn't been focused on.
That's what I love about it most, because a lot of stuff we're about to get into is set in kind of the same time period, unfortunately, or stuff that at least time periods that we're familiar with somewhat. So it's to go in the future, after the Empire, after the First Order, to see what's going on there. I imagine we're going to start off with some kind of smaller scale kind of things, and then maybe midway through I don't know. I have no idea what the movie's going to be about, but it's going to be cool, man. I'm jacked about it.
Rogue One, they touched on a bit. It was like that. So
yeah, the kind of the more small scale kind of thing. And I Rogue One is one of my favorite things that Disney's done thus far with the franchise. It's up there. It's not my favorite, but it's up there. Is there anything else about this movie? Do you guys want to? Right now, it's supposed to come out in 2023.
Oh, damn!
I know we gotta wait that long. But I'm just telling you again. I'm so very excited about this movie, and I hope it just takes flight.
God, every time, dude. Every time.
I'm telling you, I gotta throw one in there.
Golly! All right, so we'll move on to so they announced several shows. Some of them we're not really going to talk about much here, just because we want to talk about the more juicy stuff. But there's one, the droids or something, where C-3PO and R2D2 are going to take us on an adventure with other droids. We won't get into that. You got Bad Batch, which is a Clone Wars spinoff cartoon series, which I imagine is that the one, Brett, you were talking about? It's going to have Rennick in there.
Yeah, Fennec from the Mandalorian season 2, like from the series. I think like she's going to be like even the girl that played her. She's going to be the voiceover for that character too. So the continuity of that character is going to still be there.
Okay, cool. So that one, it might be. I haven't seen Clone Wars. Jason, is there anything you want to add? I haven't seen Clone Wars.
I haven't. I've only watched a few episodes with my son. Well, that's where we got introduced to Ahsoka. Is it?
Yeah,
she's a big character in that, and she's a great character. I haven't seen Mandalorian season 2 yet, so I'm jacked to see her in that. So just time, guys. Like running a channel, just to blast through that's going to take a while.
Hey, you're going to love her in Mandalorian, Jason. So you got 7 to look forward to.
Yeah,
for sure, man. So I think we don't really have much to say on that, just because we're not Clone Wars. I mean, again, I'm sure I'll probably maybe check it out at some point, just because Star Wars is my jam, and probably at some point maybe me and Brett will tackle the damn thing, but not today. So we'll move on to the next live action thing that they have planned, and that's, I believe, the Acolyte. We'll talk about that a little bit. It's going to be helmed by Leslie Headland. It's going to be there's no really a release date or anything about this yet. It's very early in pre-production. But what the plan is for the Acolyte, I'll read you this synopsis here real quick, okay?
Okay.
The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into the galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. That's pretty much it. The High Republic era is around 350 years before Phantom Menace. And it will be the first time this period is explored.
I like that.
Right?
Mystery thriller. That's like what Zodiac stuff. Maybe like David Fincher or something like that doing a. Oh, I like the idea of that. When you say mystery thriller in Star Wars.
Yeah. And what their focus is here is the emergence of dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic. I think that sounds phenomenal. You're talking everything's fine and dandy, and then here comes the dark side powers. Doesn't that sound, pretty badass?
Oh, yeah, because the dark side's been hidden for so long, so it's peeking its head out again. Oh, yeah, that could be, that. You know what? That could be sweet with the right people in charge.
I agree.
Yeah. Especially the thriller aspect, because I don't think, in Star Wars, we had such, a thriller before. So this show is going to be really interesting on that. And I actually have one question. When you say, the dark powers rise, is there any chance where we might dig deep into the Darth Plagueis storyline?
We could. I think,
because that needs to be
the character we need to see, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and see a young emperor, maybe that would be interesting. Yes.
Now that's where I was going.
My little friends.
I started this thing off kind of. I wanted to introduce the shows with this one just because it's one of the less juicy ones, because there's no nostalgia with this.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, this is one of the ones I'm most excited about because it's brand new time frame that I've never seen before. I really don't even know much about it. I know some people probably do, but I don't. And just the idea of freaking, like you said, mystery thriller, man, I'm pretty jacked.
Yeah,
I'm pretty jacked.
Yeah, and plus the not knowing also makes it more exciting for the show too, because you're not going to know what you're going to expect. Instead of going in with expectations, you're going to go in with questions, and hopefully you're going to get the answer to those questions.
Right. Yeah. It's a prequel, sure, but it's so far in the past that anything can still happen. This is way farther back before Phantom Menace. It's like comparing Phantom Menace to Rise of Skywalker. It's even more than that. So anything could happen.
Could we see Mace Windu, and definitely Yoda would have to be there?
Yeah, Yoda would be there
because he could sense a freaking fart being blown from millions of galaxies away.
Sure, I want to take that past Yoda with his big ass ears.
Yeah, and Yoda's 900 years old in Return of the Jedi, so yeah, he's definitely going to be around.
Oh yeah, he's around,
which is very exciting. I think, actually, that's a great point. I think we'll definitely see Yoda in this, and it might be the best Yoda we've seen yet, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
If he's done, if he's a focal point, he might. I think it'd be cool. But just to see that time era, the rest of the stuff we're about to get into all kind of falls in the same. It's either between 3 and 4, or it. Well, I think they pretty much all are between 3 and 4, except for maybe the book of Boba Fett, which we'll get into a little bit, but we don't know much about that yet anyway. So, is there anything else you guys want to add on to this one?
I think we tackled that beast pretty damn good, so I'm satisfied with
there's not a lot to know about it yet, but I'm excited about it. So we'll move on. Let's see. They got Rangers of the New Republic. Okay, I don't really know anything about this one. Brett, Jason, do y'all know? I know it's going to be about the Rangers. This one's actually post Mandalorian, I think.
Yeah, I was reading. I was trying to read up as much as I could, but I don't know what this is about.
I got a little note right here if y'all want me to read it.
Read the heck out of it.
I'll do my best to. Some Rangers have been seen in the select episodes of The Mandalorian, but this series will dive deeper into the transition from the rebellion of the original trilogy to the New Republic that is decimated in Star Wars The Force Awakens. Executive producers of Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, hope I probably butchered that name, stated that the series will intersect with future stories and accumulate into climactic story events. This show will be exclusive to Disney Plus.
Okay. I like Dave. The fact so Jon Favreau.
There's a never know, and this one's important too. It was also announced that Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka, and The Mandalorian will directly tie into each other.
Okay, so those are the three that are all kind of in the same time frame, and then probably the Book of Boba Fett as well. So that'll be interesting to see. I'm excited about it. I'm not. This is probably one of the live action ones I'm least excited about, but I think they definitely, just because Mandalorian's doing everything so well right now, and I don't know if we need to really dig into the story, but I'm still looking forward to it. It sounds cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for it. After reading like that, all three of those shows were directly tied within each other. I want to see how they do that. I don't want them just to go crazy with it. Just like a little thing and something like every now and then, not like every episode.
Yeah. You got anything to add there, Jason?
No, not on this one. It's like anything Star Wars, I'm going to watch, right? But
absolutely.
I just hope they're treading carefully, with not to get what I call Marvel fatigue.
I agree.
I hope this isn't too much. You know what I mean? All these things coming out, but we'll see.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Obviously,
and the show
it
also comes out in 2024 too. So we got a little bit of a while before we see that.
Well, let's dig into. Let's see. We talked about Rogue Squadron. Let's dig into. What about there's a 2021 show coming out by the name of Andor. It's actually going to be probably the new. This is going to be the one that comes out the quickest. I think from the time of this recording. It's a Rogue One prequel with Diego Luna and Alan Tudyk. Tudyk is coming back as K2SO. Diego Luna is Cassian Andor. It's going to be Tony Gilroy is going to be the showrunner here, from what I've seen, and it's going to be a very, again, it's a sequel, it's a prequel to Rogue One. It's going to be very espionage focused, spy stuff, which I kind of like. Prior to obviously the events of Rogue One, espionage, save the galaxy from the Empire kind of thing. I like it. That was some of my favorite parts of Rogue One. Was now Andor. I didn't necessarily like him the most in the movie, but he did a good job, and I liked the kind of the espionage stuff that was going on with him. Like when he kills his buddy in the alley there, just so he wouldn't get caught. Yeah,
perfect.
I love that, and I'd love to see more of that in this. I thought that was great.
This is a character I like, actually, because he's remember what he tells what's her name? Jinso. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Jyn Erso.
Jyn Erso. What he tells her, I've been fighting this thing since I was 12 years old. Like the intensity and everything. I want to see. I hope they see that espionage. That's what was great about Rogue One, was the grit and I
love the grit.
How scared people were of the Empire, man. Think about it, man. Mm-hmm. How empowered the Empire was. How people were terrified of the Empire, and how he's killing buddies just to survive. It's going to be great. It's going to be when I think of espionage, the first character I think of is it like James Bond mixed with Star Wars, or is it going to be more like a Bourne Identity kind
I just want to see
that would be
more of
cool.
what they did in Rogue One with his character, because you're right. He has a great character moment in Rogue One where he's going to kill Jin's father there, and he changes his mind. Obviously, his conscience kind of takes. But at the time, he was going to go do it, no questions asked. Like that was his job.
He's done this before. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They've already implied that this guy will do anything, not only to survive, but for the rebellion.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what he does.
And a good actor. He's actually a very good character actor.
Yeah, acting's good. Even though, here's my problem with it. I really didn't ask for this particular Star Wars show. I'm sure there's many other directions you can go, like a Darth Maul show, or just anything like that. I didn't mind the character. I thought he played his role well in Rogue One. But I'm starting to warm up to the idea a little bit of him having his own spin-off show. So, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to watch it on day one.
It's a type of show that probably when it's all said and done, the first season, I'll binge watch it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. Like I said earlier, he's not my favorite. I didn't mean like he's not my favorite in the movie. I meant like he's not my favorite Star Wars character ever.
But if you're going to do a show about it, I'm like, just give me Darth Maul or somebody.
But I love the idea of having him and K2SO together again, because K2SO was fantastic.
Yeah, he was great.
I got the old Funko Pop of him back here, and I loved having. I think that they're going to have a great time together. I think it's actually going to be entertaining, and I like the time frame right before New Hope. This is where this is going to be focused in. I like that. Rogue One did a really good job with all that. So this one, and again, the showrunner here, Tony Gilroy, I didn't know this, but apparently he took over directing duties from Gareth Edwards midway through production. Apparently, from what I just read, I don't know how accurate that is, but if that's the case, though, I think he did a really good job with what he had to work with there, and yeah, I'm excited. I don't know how. Again, I still think Gareth Edwards is the man behind Rogue One, but either way, yeah. Anything else you guys want to add, Bert, Jason, anybody?
Nah, I'm good.
No, it's a cool. It's not what I thought they'd go, because not many people care for Rogue One that I've talked to.
I love some Rogue One. Yeah, you're right. Well, a lot of people complain about the characters of the movie, and it is kind of interesting that they're doing a whole series based off of one of those characters that nobody seemed to care about. Now, I do think he was a highlight of Rogue One, but there wasn't a lot of character moments in that, aside from, he probably had some of the best moments with the father killing thing,
right?
Yeah. So we'll get into Ahsoka then. It should be coming out in 2022.
Did you just say Ahsoka?
Yeah. Ahsoka? What's her name? Ahsoka. We'll get into Ahsoka.
Rosario Dawson doing it.
Yep, Rosario Dawson's coming in.
No, she is.
Which she portrayed Ahsoka in the Jedi episode of Mandalorian, Chapter 2, Season 2. And I'm excited, man. We don't know a lot about this one yet either, but it's coming in 2022. Zarya's coming in. She's the only person casting for it thus far. What do you guys think about this? I'm thinking we're going to see Thrawn involved in this, but that's my that's what I would like to see. What do you guys think?
Jason?
Where's the time frame of this? Is it after Mandalorian season 2?
I think it's going to be around the same time as Mandalorian.
So fill me in a bit. She was only in a couple episodes.
She was only in one episode, and she was duking it out. Yeah, she was one episode. Yeah. So
they're setting her up.
That was like her introduction of like what the character is going to be.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know where this is going to go. I guess it's just her adventures. And she's a Jedi Knight, am I not? Because Anakin trained her.
Right. It's like she's kind of like the whole thing of like she's a Jedi Knight, but she's not part of the whole Jedi code. Because there was a sequence in the Clone Wars series where she did an act where she the Jedi Order forgiven her for what she did, but she couldn't really forgive herself, so she kind of like backed away from the Jedi and decided to become
she's a rogue Jedi.
Yeah, a rogue Jedi. Like she still believes in helping people, but she does things her own way.
I like that. I already like the character already. Haven't you seen her yet?
She's a fantastic character.
I think we'll definitely see Thrawn a lot in I think this is going to be when Thrawn maybe gets introduced. I'm thinking maybe.
Yeah, because the hint was already thrown out there that he's going to be like the bad guy in that show.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ahsoka, this is after Return of the Jedi, so there's no more Vader.
No more Vader. Thrawn.
No more Vader.
So Ahsoka's pretty old.
Yeah.
In a way, like she's like an adult, and then like
she's an experience.
She was like a teenager, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
she's
she was
experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was a 10-year difference.
This is one that's going to be about her. That's going to be awesome, and we're going to see some Jedi badass stuff, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm excited about this one. After I watch Mandalorian season 2, I'm sure I'll be more excited.
You will be after her episode.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Ahsoka is becoming a fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I know my nephews love her and stuff like that because they were big Clone Wars fans. So yeah, I think that's gonna be some badass Star Wars shit, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's gonna be great, I think. Brett, anything else to add?
No, I'm just excited for Rosario Dawson just to portray Ahsoka. I thought she did a great job in The Mandalorian, and I'm just ready for her to kick some Jedi ass.
Couldn't have said better myself, my friend. I think she is. It's gonna be cool, man. Let's talk briefly about Lando, another series they announced. Now, this one again, very little known about it at this time. Very early in development. It's going to be ran by Justin Simeon, who did Dear White People, and we don't even know if it's going to be Billy D coming in or if it's going to be Donald Glover.
Don't you mean Danny Glover, Brad?
Golly, dude! Don't tell me I mixed it up. It's Donald this time. It's Donald.
The Donald.
I know it's Donald.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
I finally got it right in my head. Now I'm going to get all mixed up again.
Yeah, Donald Glover. He was great in Solo.
Oh yeah, he did a phenomenal job as portraying a young Lando.
They both did, I thought. So if this is when he's young, no, he would never run into Solo because they don't see each other for a while, or do they?
Well, it could be set around the time of Solo, the prequel, which could be cool because that's plenty of years before A New Hope.
Yeah, because all Harrison Ford said in Empire was we go back a long way.
Yeah, and I obviously towards the end of Solo, which was when obviously it was long before New Hope. It would, I mean, they were kind of hanging out at the end. I think that would be cool because at that point you could bring in Darth Maul and the the crime syndicate or whatever,
and the girl there. You can find out what she's been on. You know what? Oh, you know what? Instead of doing Solo sequel in a movie, why don't they just incorporate Solo and Lando?
Yes.
And bring Jabba the Hutt into it.
I think that's a great idea.
You know what I mean? And have that plus the storyline out through the show rather than another movie that no one's going to go to see.
Yeah, I agree. Because I actually quite like Solo.
So did
I enjoyed it, and I was hoping to see more of the storyline that they set up with Darth Maul and obviously Han and Lando. I thought, I was excited to see that. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of potential here if they decide to do what you were just saying and kind of combine the two and just go that route. Because they have a story, I think, in mind with the what's the name of the crime syndicate they have? It's the dark, the Crimson, Star Wars Crimson.
Find out Darth Maul has no legs and all that.
Yeah, Crimson Dawn. Dawn.
And Kira was she was behind all this time.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, man. I was really excited to see Darth Maul in there, and I think what you said is spot on. This would excite me way more than a 70-year-old Billy D. Williams. Williams or Wallace? Golly, I can't get anything right.
Billy D. Williams.
Okay, I did get it right. Billy D. Billy D. Williams coming back to reprise the role. I mean, it was fun to see him in Rise of Skywalker. But to see him doing a show, they kind of hinted it at the end of Rise of Skywalker, though, where he was talking to the other girl in there. He's like, "Oh, let's find out who your family was."
Probably
So
him.
I'm really, I'm hoping that's not the direction they want to go. I would rather see a young Lando with Donald Glover and the Crimson Dawn, all that stuff.
Yeah, and his relationship with that robot.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm curious about. I don't know what the hell you guys were talking about. I want to know more about the computer.
Yeah, I think there's potential there, though. Yeah, I'm glad. That was a good point there, Jason. I didn't even think about combining the Solo story really with that. I just because
tough dudes.
It'll just save time and money too.
I was just letting my brain wander.
Yeah,
and,
I think that's
you're not going to get people to go, especially in COVID times, to go see a Solo 2. No one cared.
Yeah, no one saw the first one, really, unfortunately.
Hear me out. First season's all about Lando, and bring Han into it again. Bring Han and Chewie in the Jabba the Hutt thing. Because remember, he was going to go see Jabba the Hutt
at the end. Yeah, the prequel. Yeah,
see him being the smuggler, him just being a badass, but I still make it about Lando. I mean, but the Solo overshadow everything, though.
Yeah, that could happen. But either way, I think you could put in the Crimson Dawn stuff and whatnot.
There's some good writing and good directing, man. It could be a kick-ass show. All these shows could be kick-ass with the right people involved.
Of course.
Yeah, dude. And I'm in particular, I'm excited about that freaking Alkali show.
Jon Favreau saved Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah. Is he like the John Connor of fucking
There's another badass John for you.
Like I told Brad a while back, we should just go ahead and give him the keys to the kingdom that is Star Wars. Because he's earned it through Mandalorian alone.
I couldn't imagine. I think if he had if he did the trilogy all his own, no bumping around, swapping directors, I think it would have been a freaking game-changing. As much, I mean, I like Force Awakens quite a bit. Rise of Skywalker did a pretty decent job.
Jon Favreau and J.J. Abrams, that is an ultimate tag team for Star Wars.
Well, J.J. should have directed every one of them. That was
easily he should have.
Whoever the director was should have done all three of them. That was the biggest problem, is the fact there's no
continue aspect. Yeah, exactly.
We've off topic just for a sec. Stallone directed Rocky 2, 3, 4, and Rocky Balboa.
And it shows. Yeah.
You keep the same people in it, right? That's why I think Wonder Woman 2 is going to be good, because it's Patty Jenkins.
Yeah, she knows the character, she knows the story. I mean, it makes sense. Like you have a vision you want to tell, and I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Awesome.
All these at face value, I was like, oh, what are they doing? But now that we've talked about them, I'm more excited about all of them. Honestly, I might be more excited about a lot of these than I am about the Obi-Wan show.
I don't know about that, because I got a pretty good, solid idea for the first episode of Obi-Wan.
Well, we'll get into it. Let's talk briefly here about the Book of Boba Fett, which was announced obviously towards the end of Mandalorian. Which it's not. We're not going to get into the Mandalorian spoilers or anything here, because Jason hasn't seen it. But just the idea of bringing Boba Fett back in for his own show. It's interesting, and again, we're not going to spoil it. We won't talk about the post-credit thing or anything like that there, Brett. But just in general, what do you guys think about Boba Fett coming back into the Star Wars universe?
Well, he's coming back after the Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's got his. They announced his
fucking monster pit thing.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch it. Okay, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, and plus, like a book came out too, just describing how he survived all that too. So yeah, he's very much alive.
Okay, that's not a spoiler telling me he survived that, because it's already been announced.
No, it's common. It was common knowledge heading into.
I like it. I mean, Boba Fett is awesome. He's a classic character that everyone loves. I think it's just the look of him.
Like, he looks badass.
We don't know much about Boba Fett.
No, he was only in. I mean, we know what we saw. He was standing there with Darth Vader. Then he died, and then we saw him as a kid in the prequels, and that's pretty much it, man. I mean, unless you follow some of the other mythologies, it'd
be an interesting show. I'd watch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a Boba Fett character.
Well, yeah, he's
right? So, but Boba Fett's kind of like the original, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, sort of. I think
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be interesting.
But no, guys, you had me at Bubba or Boba.
Oh, this
you had me at him. Like just mentioning his name, you already got me invested because that's just my childhood right there from the original trilogy.
This was the Boba Fett shrimp company.
Yeah, that's what he did. He's no longer a bounty hunter. He's a cooking all these shrimp. We got fried shrimp, grilled shrimp, barbecue shrimp, pineapple shrimp.
No, he's no, that's exciting. There'll be a lot of people excited about that because they like Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What I'm excited about is just to kind of see what things they've already done. They've done some interesting things with this character. Again, I'm not going to get into it, but I'm excited to see what else they can do to kind of add on to his legacy, if you will. Because again, we've all assumed he's been dead since freaking Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And now you just opened up a whole whirlwind of Boba Fett stuff that we could throw in there, and yeah, I think that's freaking awesome, man. Because we never saw him be badass, really. We just saw him kind of standing around. Now we can go. You got the state. You can do flashbacks. You can go back to the jacked version of Boba Fett when he was in shape, and you could go. Just go back. Like, there's so much potential there to really dive into the character of Boba Fett, and I'm excited about it. And that's pretty much. Again, I don't want to spoil anything for those of you who have not seen Mando. But that's about all I have at this point.
Yeah,
and again, it was
guys. What are you doing? Go watch Mando, all of it. You're not going to be disappointed. It's like that's just art. That show is.
Yeah. And now, hey, listen, we've talked about it earlier, Bert. Now that they have the Lando show coming out, we finally have a chance for a Lando on a Mando.
Yes, we do. Oh my
no.
God. Or okay, what about TV series Vader on a Tater? What? It has Darth Vader in it. What more do you want?
Okay. Right, on that note, we got one more show left. One more final great thing that's coming up. 2022 is the year. It's going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's going to be the show about him. Now, from what I've heard, it's going to be 10 years after Revenge of the
Luke
Sith.
Is 10.
What's that?
Luke is 10, and he's keeping an eye on him, seeing him grow up.
Yes. Yeah. Luke is 10. Yeah. Luke is 10. It's going to be ran by Deborah Chow, and Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor have been confirmed to go back, as well as the actor that's doing Boba Fett as well.
So Boba Fett's going to be in it.
Yeah, younger Boba Fett.
That'd be interesting.
The only thing I was wondering is how does this affect New Hope?
Yeah, I don't want it to really impact New Hope either. That's what I'm a little bit worried about this show.
Because he says when I left you, I was but the learner. No, he goes, we meet again. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner, but now I am the master. But he never said he never met him before. He just said, when I left you, I was but the learner, but now I'm the master. So they could have tangled another time at some point.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, now in New Hope, they're at a point where Darth is freaking on top of shit, and Obi-Wan's an old man. So yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah, they could have tangled before, but now he is truly the best out there, and Obi-Wan is just, he's not in his prime anymore.
Did they not confirm this is the rematch of the century?
Mm-hmm. You told us that. Yeah.
If that's the case, there's a fight coming then.
Yeah,
but is it going to be like a fight of like now, or like a fight in the flashback, or something like that? Like I would hope it would just be the one, but I can imagine
they're not bringing Hayden Christensen back just to walk around in a suit, because they could have got anyone to do that.
Right.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have some flashbacks.
You're going to see him without the helmet on. You're going to see him all fucked up, and
yeah, that'll be cool.
Does Darth Vader get the better of Obi-Wan in this fight, though?
He could, yeah, he could.
Obi-Wan just kick his ass again, because that would be anticlimactical.
Yeah, that would be. That's a good. I don't know how they're going to do the Vader thing. I honestly don't know. The only thing flashbacks make a lot of sense for me, for them to have flashbacks together.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how you're gonna, because it really does mess with everything we've known so far how you're going to bring Vader involved. Now, I am excited about Hayden coming back. I think under good direction, I think he might do pretty well. I don't think George Lucas was really a good director, honestly. Back in his story.
I think Hayden Christensen's a better actor now too.
Yeah, that true.
Yeah, I think he's done some independent stuff. He's more mature now. It'd be interesting, but they're not going to bring Hayden Christensen back just to walk around in the suit, though.
Absolutely not. Yeah, he's going to be. Yeah.
So I think you're going to see him walking. I think you're going to all the emotional beats. I think you'll see him taking his mask off, and you'll see him like maybe with his eyes like see that fucking pissed off guy and I don't know what they're going to do with this show. Maybe I know there's a novel, so with Obi-Wan, does Obi-Wan does someone go? You're my only hope, Obi-Wan, and they're like reaching out to him. Who's the guy? Jimmy Smith's character, Leia's dad. Maybe he reaches out. To him.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And they go on a little mission. And
here's one.
Yeah, because the rematch can't be on Tatooine because, again, Luke is on Tatooine because Lord Vader refuses to go back to that planet because of all the darkness that's happened on that planet for him and his mother. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious where their epic rematch is going to be at.
It's not. Then Obi-Wan leaves. Maybe that's why Obi-Wan leaves, because Vader's sensing something too much. Because you got to imagine Obi-Wan is pretty powerful at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And Yoda's still alive too at this point.
Yeah, and he's on Dagobah, so I don't.
Yeah, but why can't Obi-Wan give Yoda a little visit? Have a big meeting with the Jimmy Smith's character saying, because let's use some logic. And they said Yoda says we're gonna wait. I'm going into hiding.
Mm-hmm.
So they just who organized the meeting? They just waited and waited and waited.
What also has potential here is Qui-Gon.
Damn it! You took his secret weapon.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you go ahead and dig into it.
No, you go right ahead. You mentioned it because you're going to touch on the same things that I'm going to.
Well, I was just thinking at the end of Revenge of the Sith, where Yoda was like, "Oh, your old master has found a way to live beyond the Force," or whatever, and he said Qui-Gon. So obviously Qui-Gon teaches Obi-Wan to do the Ghost Force thing.
We're going to see, and I hope we get to see some like a Force Ghost.
You know what? Of course you're going to fucking see it. They're just not letting you know Liam Neeson's back yet.
Oh, they're not going to let you know this, ladies and gentlemen. We sense the Force. Like there is a great I wouldn't even call it a disturbance. We sense a great feeling for the Force that Qui-Gon, Liam Neeson, is going to be a part of this show.
This show is going to play on the nostalgia of people way younger than me who grew up with that
prequel trilogy,
who want to see Qui-Gon back, who want to see Hayden Christensen back. I'm excited about this show. This is the one I'm probably most excited about because I like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan so much.
Yeah, he was definitely the best part of the freaking.
And do we see a bit of Luke? Do we see his powers emerging a bit, maybe as a 10-year-old?
We could, yeah. There's a lot of directions they could. This is going to be the most nostalgic of shows, obviously, both from both trilogies. Honestly, you're going to have a lot of prequel stuff in here, but you're also going to have some sequel stuff too.
And the Sandman, they got to be back, right?
Oh yeah, dude, the Tusken Raiders, man. You kidding me?
Yes.
What about the Jawas?
Jawas.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Okay, so what I did read about this, though, is that it's going to have Jedi hunters. I don't know exactly what that is, but I am assuming it's going to be after Order 66. There's hunters going out there still trying to kill the rest of the remaining Jedi. And
okay, so we're going to see Vader fucking people up then.
Yeah.
Sure, right? I hope so. I hope we see Rogue One Vader.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for.
But maybe even better at that point, dude. He'd be in his prime at that point, probably. 10 years, right in the middle of the two trilogies almost.
He'd be pretty deadly. He'd be shut off from all emotion too, and like he'd be bad. Like how bad? Look how bad he was in Empire.
Yeah,
like he's not taking anyone's shit at this point. Like he's
killing people.
He's
left
completely
and right.
shut off.
He's just a freaking out there wreaking havoc, man. I think we'll see some of that here, and I think it's going to be. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting time frame because I don't know. I mean, they've done a few things in between the trilogies, but I don't know. Like this is almost right in the middle. And they've done some stuff really close to the prequels, like the video game Fallen Order, and they've done some stuff after the prequels and stuff right before.
They did the Rebel TV show, which I had the idea of like doing the opening scene of the Obi-Wan show with him and Darth Maul, but you can't really do that because again, like when Obi-Wan for the Rebel show, he was old Ben. He was Ben Kenobi at that point, where Darth Maul found them, and that's when they had their last final duel. So maybe you can do that for a season finale for an Obi-Wan show, even though that would kind of hurt the whole big rematch between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, because it's like, oh, which one am I more looking forward to, Vader or Darth Maul? So that's why I take back my plan. It's just to keep Darth Maul out of this particular season.
You know what else fits in this timeline? Is where Solo ended.
That's true too.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Darth Maul.
Yeah. Maybe Vader fucks Darth Maul right up, gets rid of him.
Or
that would be a great fight.
Maybe the rematch of the century is actually Obi-Wan and Darth Maul tearing it up.
That's it.
You think so?
I think you're right.
They visited that rivalry a lot in the Clone Wars, so I wouldn't see why not just continue it for like the first half of the Obi-Wan show and let the last half be Vader versus Obi-Wan.
Yeah. How much Vader you think is going to be in this, though?
I don't know, because that's the question.
I would think very little, just to build him up, and then when it's time to unleash him.
Yeah, but I hope we just don't get a 10-second scene or.
No, yeah, I don't think
episodes like full fleshed out.
Well, yeah, because with Hayden coming back, they have to have something in mind, right?
Did you remember Rogue One when he was in that tank and he's in that? Oh, that was dark shit, man. Mm-hmm. And he's before that, right?
Yeah, Mustafar, yeah.
Good old Mustafar. It's a heated planet.
God, dude, that's the third one tonight.
Sorry, man, I can't help it. I love puns.
Oh man,
ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Oh my gosh. That's all. Again, that's coming out in 2022. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to say about Obi-Wan? I know there's a lot of speculation you could do. I don't know if there's anything. We talked a lot, but if there's anything else.
I guess the only one thing left, and we brought up Leia's adoptive father. So will we maybe get to see Leia, like a young Leia?
Yeah, that's another good point.
Also, maybe this is where we see why Obi-Wan changes his name to Ben Kenobi.
Yeah,
that's a good point too.
I've always been curious about why he did that. So this would be an excellent opportunity.
He goes, that's a name I have not heard in a long time.
Before you were born.
Yeah.
But old Ben Kenobi, I wonder if it's in relation to Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, of course. That's me.
Because they were waiting around for Luke to come of age, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think it's awesome stuff. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about all of these, honestly, except for the droid show. I don't really care about that. And
that was
there's one we didn't mention is that there's an anime show coming out, but I don't really anime is not my thing, so I probably won't catch it, honestly. But
no, I prefer the live action stuff. Yeah, it's all exciting stuff, guys. I think you should be celebrating as a Star Wars fan right now, but also let's tread very carefully.
Yeah, let's not put too much hope. No pun intended, but no, that was not intentional, I promise. But no, let's not put off our excitement into this. Let's get excited, but let's just take a couple of steps back, let them do their job, and let them present what they're going to give us. And then we'll be excited again.
Let's face it, Last Jedi, they learned a lot from Last Jedi. They said, fuck, we are not doing that again.
I think they learned a lot.
We're not fucking with beloved characters, so I'm just hoping there's none of that. I'm taking something into a freaking where you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. It's interesting because I think there's so much you could do with the Star Wars universe. So many different time frames you can go to, so many different planets, so many different galaxies you could go to, but we're always kind of in the same ballpark. Now, that's what excites me about this Acolyte show, because it's kind of going in a new direction.
What I am kind of bummed out about is how come they're not going 2,000 years before New Hope to the Old Republic?
Well, I think they're actually saving that for the new trilogy that's going to be coming up. I think it is going to be based on the Old Republic.
Yeah, and I want to see a younger Yoda too, like a 400-year-old Yoda or 300-year-old Yoda.
Again, but
I'd like to see that fleshed out at some point.
Yes, just to see who his master was and all that.
I don't think he had one.
Oh, you think he was that strong enough, or he was his own?
No, because he said he created the Jedi Order. He says that in Return of the Jedi. Or for 800 years, I've trained Jedi.
Okay, then we definitely need a backstory to that.
I've trained Jedi. My own council, where I decide who gets to be trained.
Right.
Which,
that was smart. And we definitely need a backstory.
I'm not just a Rocky fan. I grew up on this shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm jacked about it. I would like to see more time frames because they're doing so much, man, and it's all in the same kind of zone. I would like to see, like you said, Old Republic again. We'll see what happens
forward too. At the same time, go back and forward at the same time. Do this, expand, expand it. You know what I mean?
You could. There's limitless potential here in this universe. You could do. I mean, you could even do the same time frame, but with a different story, like a different.
I know people will probably be mad at me saying this, but look at the world building Star Trek did through all the shows, all the characters, and shit like that, right?
Yeah,
Because I'm not one of these people who's just a Star Wars fan and Star Trek sucks. Both. I like Star Trek and Star Wars, but I'm just saying, like, look at how when they had like Deep Space Nine. Now they went off the rails a bit too with some of their shows, but
we all do.
Yeah, and as Luke Skywalker says, "Jays, man, that's not true. That's impossible. You can't like both." But no, I know what you mean, man.
The world,
go ahead, Brad.
I'm sorry, Brad. Yeah, you go ahead, man.
No, you go. No, you're good. I was just pretty much going to say that I've always been wanting to give Star Trek a try, just because it does look cool. Like I even heard The Wrath of Kong is one of the best like sci-fi movies of all time.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, you got to watch The Wrath of Kong.
So I want to see what the fuzz is about.
Khan is just as good as villain as Vader.
Ooh, see that's big word.
He's awesome, man. He's just like Star Trek 2 it's amazing. Star Trek 3 is good. They're all most of them are good. It's not Star Wars. Like I don't get me wrong. I like Star Wars is a much better. I like it more. But Star Trek's got a lot going, especially the new ones that JJ did.
Yeah, that was my introduction to Star Trek. Actually, was that I just only seen the first one. I haven't seen the other two of that new trilogy, but because I did like the first one that J.J. Abrams did, so that's why I was all on board of J.J. Abrams tackling the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, you go back and watch the original, you're going to see how good those actors did. Like Chris Pine, how much he did, except for he doesn't add the Stardate 4:39:4.6. We have discovered an alien race that could be hostile.
William Shatner.
Gotta love
man. I do. Well, just getting back to the wars that are in the stars.
We probably did not do a good. That was probably not the best idea for episode 1 of Star Wars Saturdays.
I like the there's so like if you played Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order, you've seen the kind of world building they can do in this universe. Like it's ridiculous, man. Like, and that's in a time frame we're already familiar with, and planets we already know.
My son was just playing The Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't they do that storyline?
You could. They easily could.
Yeah.
Because Darth Vader's trying to take out the fucking Emperor, man. Like, it's like, I want to see, obviously, Star Killer, you know what happens to him, but I guess that's kind of anticlimactical. But when he's up there fucking up the Wookiees and everything like that, and he finds that young kid and who ends up training because he's not strong enough to take out the Emperor.
Mhm.
I kind of like that. I want to see. I know a lot of people would probably say, "Oh, fuck, we already would know all that about Vader. Why we don't need to see that?" But I'd rather see something like that than going all the way back and seeing Anakin as a whiny little kid, because that ruined Darth Vader for me.
What are
Yeah.
midichlorians? No,
They killed all of them.
no, like and again, another video game, if y'all remember, is the Jedi Academy game, where Luke Skywalker again was some training Jedi. Like, I'm not sure if y'all remember that game, but that was one of my favorite Star Wars games.
Yeah, I remember playing that one actually back in the day, and yeah, but he's too old to play unless they replace Mark Hamill.
Mm-hmm.
Although he looked pretty, they did a good job with that CGI and Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what well, basically that's what they were saying. The Knights of Ren and all that.
Yeah.
Luke was getting a new Jedi Order, and it all went bad on him. But that's for another day. But yeah, Star Wars is huge, guys. It can be taken anywhere.
Even to a galaxy far, far away.
Yes, Brett. Even to a galaxy far, far away.
Yep.
Tune in to Trekkie Sundays, everyone.
My comedy special will be next one. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, you guys are right though. It could be taken anywhere. So many stories. So how about not? Let's dive into the horror element and just, like Death Troopers, the book.
Oh yeah,
like
decapitated.
Yeah, decapitated stormtrooper heads on this spaceship and make it like Alien, where it's dark and you don't know what it's who knows? Maybe it's a twisted Jedi or a Sith guy who's just unleashing hell on people, who's almost demonic in this look. Do you know what I mean?
That would be sweet. That would be awesome. Like a horror movie, Star Wars.
I've been wanting that for years, buddy. Years.
Oh yeah. Like if we're going to do a thriller Star Wars, then we got to do a horror Star Wars, because that's kind of like what Marvel's doing with Doctor Strange 2, is to add a little bit of that horror genre in there. So why couldn't Star Wars do it too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool stuff, man. I think all that stuff's great, man. I think the horror stuff, you could bring the Wampas back or whatever, or something like that. And yeah, those things were freaking me out back in the day. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all the new series that we have coming out, the new shows. There's still a couple other things coming up as far as live action feature films go. Taiki Waititi, Taiti Waititi, or whatever his name. He's doing a film. He's the guy who did Thor Ragnarok and the second
he's going to do Thunder with Love. Yes.
Yeah, and he did a Mando episode there in the first season. He's doing a full-length feature film, either coming out in 2025 or 2027. We don't know yet. We don't know anything about it. It's heavy in pre-production at this point as well, pre-development even. So I'm excited about that. I think he's a very talented director. I think he'll bring a fresh look into the world of Star Wars. And we also have, apparently at this point, the Rian Johnson trilogy at some point, which, Last Jedi aside, I'm excited about, just because I think he is also a very talented director. And for him to have his own IP, his own thing to play with, I think he could really do something good for the franchise. And
I think the Star Wars fans are going to be up. You think the Star Wars fans are going to be up to that, though, since what he did with The Last Jedi? Like, do you think they're going to give him a fair chance?
Yeah, but you got to have enough fucking brains in your head to differentiate that.
Yeah.
That this guy is look what he did with Looper and that other one I haven't seen yet. The Clue
Knives
one.
Out.
Knives Out, yeah.
Knives Out's fantastic.
And don't forget, The Last Jedi is one of the best looking Star Wars films.
It's got some of the best moments.
That throne room scene was shot awesome.
One of the best choreography.
It's just that you got to tell in the sandbox he was playing in. He said you're not supposed to disrupt this stuff, and he decided to do it. He decided to do things just to do them, just to surprise people.
Yeah,
and but he's a very capable director of doing his own original story.
He added some really cool stuff to Star Wars. I think. I mean, in Last Jedi, now he dropped the ball, I think, as a whole, just because it was the middle act of the trilogy. and he didn't do things that it made sense really, and some comedy things. But we won't get into that here. But I think he's definitely got potential for a great original story down the road. So I'm excited. I'm crossing my fingers that still happens down the road with all the backlash and everything. I'm hoping we get to see that down the road. I think it'd be really special. I think.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, is there anything else that we can talk about with these announcements? J-Man, is there any other words you want to throw out there?
May the force be with you, gentlemen. That's about it.
Hey, may the force be with you and our viewing audience as well. And we're just so excited.
He wants to see his father.
Oh my gosh, this is starting. I have a bad feeling about this. So, what did you all think about our discussion today about the Star Wars announcements? Are you excited as we all are, or are you on the side where you're just a little worried about what's to come in the Star Wars universe? Let us know in that comment section down below, and let's just get that discussion rolling.
Right, Jordan, if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by locating us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts for our longer episodes, i.e. this one.
Exactly, Menta. And J-Man, do you want to tell our viewing audience where they can find you? I know we got your little logos down here, but how about you explain to them as well where they can find you?
All my YouTube channels is Jason Nike, and you should be able to find it now. But if you can't, they got it there.
Yeah, we'll have an description.
Yeah. My Instagram is my name is Jason13. My Facebook is at Jason Nike 1979. It's called the Jason Nike Experience. Mm-hmm. I usually post things, communicate with people, always give my thank yous after, stuff like that. I really want you guys to come over there too. My Instagram too. I try to post as much as I can. Just hit at the time of this release, I'll probably have even more, but I just had 150 videos, so I'll probably have more by then. But so there's a lot of content for you guys to watch. If you haven't been to my channel, vinyl reviews, movie reviews, rankings, do what these guys do, film discussion like these guys do. Of course, we got Real Men and Real Movies coming up in March, which I'm excited about it. We're gonna be promoting that, guys, and it's been a lot of fun. There's a shitload of content. I do a lot of interviews. A lot of people have come on my channel now, and it's been great. So just drop me a line, and we'll talk in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Go follow Jason Nike on his YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. He has been awesome. He has been awesome to us too to get our channel started. He's kind of like the father to us all with us in the Stream Demons. Jason,
from a certain point of view, I am like the father.
From a certain point of view, that I couldn't say it better myself. So guys, along with us, be sure to go like his videos, subscribe to his channel, of course, ring that bell, ding ding ding, so you know when his videos are up and available. And of course, do that with us too. Like our videos, subscribe to our channel, share our channel. Let's get the name out there. Of course, ring that bell, ding ding ding, or as Jason, because he is a Rocky fan, ding ding. Exactly. So you know when our videos are up and loaded.
Absolutely. We will see you guys very soon, and again for Star Wars next Saturday.
Let's see you then.
See you guys.
And may the force be with you.
Always. I have the high ground. It's gonna be... What?
I guess your dog don't agree. His dog's name is Kylo, by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't like Ahsoka very much. Ahsoka.
No, he doesn't like any Jedis.